Today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
Does it strike you odd that you're engaged to somebody you've never met?
Scammed by men they met online.
I've sent Max money.
$25,000 you're putting in a cornflakes box and shipping to Ghana.
In my heart, I believe Terry is real.
Dr. Phil confronts a catfish.
Hello. Hey, Terry, I'm talking to you on television. He hung up. Let's try him back.
Love scams. Courted by a catfish starts now.
You're all that I need and want. Honey, I live for the day I can sit next to you and whisper into your ear and tell you that I love you and kiss you ever so lightly, but passionately on your lips. Isn't it a dream come true when you're a mature woman all alone, 2 husbands gone, then after years of longing, you finally hear those words, you have found your true love. Well, that's what Sandy says has happened to her when she met her man, Max. She claims he is her one and only. Take a look.
I met Max on Match.com. He's a very handsome man. I am in love. He said, I want you to be my wife. And I said, yes. But I have never actually met Max. I've never been anywhere near him. I've never even heard his voice.
Well, yes, you heard right. The love of her life, the man of her dreams, is a man that she has never met. So who is this mystery Max? Take a look.
When I met Max, he was in Afghanistan with the UN peacekeeping forces on a top secret mission. He had told me that his name was Max Moose Advisor. I thought it was very strange, but he is from the South, and so I figured it was just one of those Southern names. I want him to be here and be with me, but every time we try to meet, there's always a problem. His luggage is being held in customs. There were suicide bombings in Afghanistan. There were chemical weapons. He needed money for travel. He wanted to go AWOL on his job to be with me. He was attacked by the Taliban. Max received some gold bars from the Minister of Peace in Afghanistan. They were worth approximately $1 million, and he needed money from me to get them out of customs in Ghana. I had to do whatever was necessary to get what he needed to the diplomat in Ghana. The diplomat's name is Derek Anani, and Max has known him for a number of years. I've sent Max money 5 times. Max has told me that he will pay me back every penny. He's currently stuck in a hospital in Afghanistan because of a severe wound in his hand. It looked terrible. I love Max very much, and it's in my heart that I have to help him. I need him to be here with me, whatever it takes.
You are in love.
Yes, I am very much.
But you're not kind of in love. You're head over heels in love.
Definitely head over heels.
And his name is Max Moose Advisor.
Yes.
Okay, it's an unusual name.
It's a very unusual name.
Yeah, so you're going to be Mrs. Advisor. That's better than Mrs. Moose, I guess.
Definitely.
And you miss him.
I miss him very much. I want him to be in my life.
How do you miss somebody you never met?
Well, because of the communications that we've had, and I feel like I've known him for a very long time.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the background of Max Moose Advisor. He was born in Bedford, Texas, a U.S. Army soldier with UN peacekeeping forces in Afghanistan. And it's a top secret location.
Yes.
And so, because of security reasons, you can't Skype or no cell phone.
That's correct.
He put in for early retirement to be with you?
Yes.
In fact, he's now gone AWOL. Even though he went AWOL, he got attacked by the Taliban?
Yes.
And he's in a private hospital near Kabul?
About 8 hours south of Kabul.
Yeah, because of his hand?
Right.
That's a nasty looking
Yes,
cut.
it is pretty nasty.
Now, there have been several times that you were going to meet him, actually. But things have happened every time that he was going to meet you to stop him from getting there. Like one time there were too many bombings, so he was afraid to leave Afghanistan. He was attacked by the Taliban and sustained a cut on his hand. And
Right.
when that happened, they said, you can't get on the airplane.
That's right.
But he's going to get that fixed.
That's right.
But he has to have $9,000 to get that fixed.
To get it fixed, right.
Now, he's got some luggage sitting at an airport that if I were you, I would have a big interest in. And not saying that you're a gold digger, but there is gold in these suitcases, right?
That's what I've been told, yes. Right.
What's the value of those things?
Approximately $1 million.
$1 million in gold. And he was going to ship that luggage to you.
That's right.
But he needs some money
To get it out of there.
to get it out of there.
Right.
Like tax or...
Well, there was initially a $17,000 fee. And then there's an additional valuation fee. Because once they determined that there was gold in it, then there was a value to it.
Where did he get the gold, by the way?
From the Minister of Peace of Afghanistan for things that he had done in saving people.
In order to get him the money to do this, you actually had to send him the money discreetly.
Yes.
Here's
right.
Sandy explaining how she sends money to her online fiancé, and here's a hint. She's not Western Union.
I've sent cash to Max in cereal boxes on 5 different occasions. I've sent close to $50,000. What I would do is I would get the cash, and then I would take the cereal box and very carefully open it so that it will remain looking like a cereal box that's never been opened. And then you get to the inside package of the cereal. What I try to do is have something that I can pour it into so that I can get to the bottom. And I don't like to take the bag out. If you take the bag out, you might not get it back in there right. So then I take the money and I try to get it as flat as I possibly can and put it in the bag in the middle. If they were to open this box of cereal, I want them to see cereal all around and not see any money in there. I'm worried about customs opening it if they're suspicious about anything. Then I would take the cereal that I've poured out, put a little bit back in there, and it's not a perfect science. I feel like I could probably do this for a living at this point. I've gotten quite good at it.
What did you say to yourself? You're standing in the kitchen, you have $25,000 in cash, you're putting in a cornflakes box and shipping to Ghana. To Ghana. Let me tell you one of the things I'm concerned about here. The penalties for bulk cash smuggling could include imprisonment for a time up to 5 years, forfeiture of the money, real property involved in the offense, and any property traceable to such property. So you're smuggling money in violation of Homeland Security regulations to a foreign country and have exposed yourself to potential fines, penalties, and 5 years in the federal penitentiary.
That's pretty frightening.
Look, let's take a break. Next, we're going to find out just how much money Sandy has sent to Max. Plus, I'm going to take a closer look at those love emails Sandy says Max sent her. Is there more to them than meets the eye? We'll be right back. Day by day, my love for you becomes overwhelming and I can't handle it. Pig Busters! Day by day, my love for you becomes overwhelming and I can't handle it. Would this be a cut and paste romance?
And later,
I want you to tell me where you live in Houston.
Okay, I live on, hello?
Terry, I wrote to Dr. Phil to get you out of that country. You better be a real person because I'm on national TV and I'm going to look like a fool.
I know.
Sandy and I have known each other for almost 10 years now. I have always known Sandy to behave rationally, but when she said she had given this man a total of $36,000, I think I was speechless. I immediately thought of 2 previous Dr. Phil shows that I had seen on dating scams. There's no question in my mind that this is a scam. Sandy did not want to believe me. She said she was in love with this man. I want Dr. Phil to show Sandy that this is a scam.
You sent this guy money. On February 5th, you joined the dating site. On the 10th, you get your first email from him, right?
Yes.
Okay, and now here we are. This is February. The next month, you have sent him $8,294.76.
Right.
Then, in April, between the 4th and the 19th, you send him $33,485.05. The next month, between the 9th and the 15th, you send him another $18,152.65.
That's right.
You must have been in a bad mood in June. He got $260 from you. In July, he got $25.67.29. In August, you shipped him $410.50.
Yes.
Total over 6 months, $63,370.25. You have never met him. You have never talked to him.
That's correct.
Jennifer, you look like you're in shock.
I'm finding out a lot of things that I'd never known.
I asked my team to cross-check some of the emails that Max Moose advisor sent to Sandy, and this is what they found out. Take a look at this. He says, "You became my reason, my existence, my dreams, and my future just by being yourself, and I thank you. I thank you with all my heart for being the most important part of my life. I love you." Like you say, I mean, girl likes to hear that, right?
Yes, of course.
And there's a website out there that's called Pig Busters, under the theory that some men are pigs. Pigbusters.net. And look what they found. Word for word, syllable for syllable. On March 18th, day by day, my love for you becomes overwhelming and I can't handle it. Pigbusters! Day by day, my love for you becomes overwhelming and I can't handle it. Would this be a cut and paste romance?
It appears to be.
I want to show you something else. Max is from Bedford. And like I said, that's my stomping ground, Texas boy. And here's some of the language from an email that Max sent Sandy on March 4th, 2013. It says, "What you plans for breakfast? Any idea the attire you will be wearing and what color to work?" I'm from Texas.
Yes.
And I've never heard anybody say anything like that. Here's an instant message on April 7th. "All now is how I get home soon to make all of this reality and pay you back all I owe. Please soon, I will okay. Honey, how long will you raise the money?" This is a person for whom English is not their first language. From Nigeria and Ghana and some of that part of the world, they don't use articles in speech the way we do. So these and ands and all get dropped out in the translation because they don't use that.
Okay.
Now, Sandy says Max Moose advisor told her that he was a U.S. Army soldier, Army, with UN peacekeeping forces doing something in logistics. We're going to see what a private investigator has to say about this when we come back. We cannot find one record of one human being in the history of the United States whose last name was Advisor.
And later,
You and I are both from Houston. Where do you live in Houston? Let's try him back.
The first month, Max told me his military career, he was in the U.S. Army. He was assigned to the UN peacekeeping forces. Going out on missions was part of what he did. Protecting diplomats. It made total sense to me because I grew up in the military and my father had top secret clearance. So you just never questioned that.
I'm making you think, but I haven't changed your mind.
I love him very much.
The him you're talking about is him. So there's 26 of these sites. I won't go through all their names, but this is site 1. On there, the name is Alan Moose. Okay, on site 2, it's Braden Moose. It's your guy, right?
Yes.
Site 3, George Braun. Site 4, Alan Moose. Site 5, Sergeant Moose. Site 6, LaForest Billy. That's your guy. Okay, here we go. Alan Moose, that's your guy, right?
Yes.
He's Philip Moose on site 8. Remember, he was somebody else on site 1. He's Philip Moose on site 8. Same lizard, same guy. Sergeant George Moose. Peter Hardiman Moose. Alan Moose. Moose Bernard. Michael Moose. Moose Mike. Alan Moose. George Moose. Peter Hardiman Moose. Sergeant Moose. Braden Moose. Philip Moose. Moose Bernard. All of these, a different site. Michael Moose. Sergeant Moose. You got that picture?
No.
How about this one, Mike Moose?
No.
Braden Moose again on 25. Sergeant George Moose. I mean, well, it got in there. Just a moose. Okay? Do you see this?
Yes.
This guy is on, he's been picked up on 26 different sites. Now, Brad Allen is a licensed private investigator who helped investigate Max Moose Advisor and found those 26 websites with Max's pictures. Brad, this guy's done nothing wrong, correct?
Correct.
This is not the bad guy. They stole his picture and they read his name tag. Whoever he is, we want him to know his photo is being used to perpetrate a scam. Now, Sandy also says Max Moose Advisor claimed to have been in the Army. Now, here's a picture. Now, private investigator Brad Allen says the uniform in this picture is not an Army uniform. We have 2 mannequins here to help show Sandy the difference. Here to help me also is Scott Madsen, who's the president of Pietzke Productions, which is one of the production companies involved with the Dr. Phil show. Scott, you were career military. This is a Marine uniform. This is a uniform that they say is Army. This is a Marine uniform. This is an Army uniform. Now, Scott, would an Army guy wear a Marine uniform? Would a Marine guy wear an Army uniform? And if not, why not?
Well, not a chance is the answer to your question. You know, the services have a huge pride of themselves and competition between other services. And although I was career Air Force, I wouldn't wear an Army uniform or even shirt just because, you know, it's just like a competitive sports team.
Now, Sandy says Max Moose Advisor sent her this picture with the word advisor on his shirt. Then he has other name tags where it says Max Moose. Now, investigator Brad Allen checked the most reputable databases available to search public records for Max Moose Advisor, and he found 2 men named Max Moose, but they died when?
1994.
1994. Other than that, the name does not appear in the United States. There's not another Max Moose in the United States. So what we have here are 50 phone books. We went to every state. We looked everywhere so you can check for yourself. Like you can go to Seattle. You can look up where advisor would appear. See, these are the A's over here. This is where advisor would be in the alphabetical order. There's nobody in the entire city of Seattle that has the name advisor. There's nobody in the entire state of Utah that has the name advisor. And there's nobody in Bedford, Texas with the name advisor. It does not exist. We cannot find one record of one human being in the history of the United States whose last name was advisor. Advisor is a job. Advisor is a job. That's not a last name.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Now you've convinced me.
God, I hope so. Next, I'm going to show Sandy the real man behind the picture of Max Moose Advisor. We'll be right back. Investigator gave me photos of the person that he believes is the real Max Moose advisor. I can't show these to the audience due to privacy laws. You ready?
Sure.
And later,
I want you to tell me where you live in Houston.
Okay, I live on Cologne.
Terry, I wrote to Dr. Phil to get you out of that country. You better be a real person because I'm on national TV and I'm going to look like a fool.
I know.
Sandy said, Max tells me everything I want to hear. And my first reaction was, Sandy, listen to yourself. He's telling you exactly what you want to hear. Someone is manipulating her. And I'm at a loss because I don't know what to do to help her.
Sandy says that Max Moose advisor told her that he was born in the Baptist Hospital of Texas in Bedford, Texas.
That's what he said.
Investigator Brad Allen checked the American Hospital Directory. And guess what?
Does not exist.
It doesn't exist. Sandy says that Max Moose advisor told her that he went to school at A&A Children. Guess what? Does not exist. Sandy says Max Moose advisor told her that he also attended Calgary Baptist School. Guess what? Does not exist. The hospital doesn't exist. The school doesn't exist. The university doesn't exist. Max Moose, the only two there were, died in '94, and there's never been anyone by the name Max Moose advisor in the United States of America. And the emails you're getting are from a sweatshop in Ghana. Now, my next guest is a retired Dayton, Ohio police detective. Now, Mary Leal says she wanted to find out who was behind these online romance scams. So she went undercover to catch a catfish. Take a look at this.
We have an abundance of women today that are so vulnerable to these overseas romance scams. I've been investigating these for the last 6 years. I decided to go undercover to catch a catfish. I went online and set myself up as bait on 3 different websites. I used my own identity and my own picture, and within 3 minutes, I was getting hits on my profile. One scammer in particular was named George, and he was using photos that were clearly not his. The photos actually belonged to a man named Robert Frost, who I met later. Initially, he asked for $2,000, and then he came back and asked for $5,000. I hatched a plan to go to Lagos, Nigeria, and catch my scammer in person. I flew to Nigeria and told him that I really wanted to meet him. I was very surprised that he actually showed up. The door opened, and this man crawled in on his elbows, dragging his legs, and said, "Are you Mary?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "I'm George." He had suffered untreated polio. He eventually told me that it was a scam. I told him, "You tried to scam me, and what you did is not right." And I said, "Just go ahead and slither yourself back out to the taxi cab." While I was in Nigeria, I also visited an internet cafe where they were running a huge scamming operation. What I saw was 20 people signed on, and almost every single computer had an instant messaging screen up. I saw very, very young children sitting at these computers, so I took a picture, and they were not happy. They started jumping up, and I had to run out of the cafe to get away from them. The moral of the story is the person on the other end of that line is not who you think it is.
So, Mary, this guy hit you. How long had you been registered before you got the...
My profile went up, and 3 minutes later, he was on it.
Investigator Brad Allen gave me photos of the person that he believes is the real Max Moose advisor. I can't show these to the audience due to privacy laws because he's not been arrested, he's not been indicted. You ready?
Sure.
To see Max Moose advisor.
Okay. Young.
How old would you say, Brad?
Well, it looks to be about 16, 17, maybe younger.
So what do you say about this?
I'm glad that Jennifer got me here so that I could find out for myself and so that perhaps other people won't do the same thing.
You know, if you're chasing this relationship, you're going to miss the guy at the grocery store or at your church or around the corner that has something genuine to share with you in your life, which you deserve and you are entitled to. I want you to listen. I want to talk to another woman right now. I want you to listen to her story. She's been listening to yours. This is a woman who says there is no way her online boyfriend, who was attacked by pirates, is a catfish because he sent her gifts, including an engagement ring that was worth at the time 25,000 rupees. We'll be right back.
I met Terry online through a dating website. This is the engagement ring that Terry sent to me from India. It's little and cute and it's sparkly and it's really nice. I've never met him. I've never seen him face to face. But in my heart, I believe he's real.
If you haven't guessed it by now, today we're talking about online hoaxes and internet love scams. How would you feel if you heard this? I understand we may be miles away from one another, but if I had to go to the end of the planet, if that's where my princess is, her distance wouldn't be a hindrance to my quest. Well, when my next guest, Leanne, says she read this email, she felt like the person who claimed to write this, Terry James, got her, and it was almost like God had made him for her.
I met Terry online through a dating website. He described himself as a person with a heavy accent. My son says he sounds like a Jamaican. I personally don't think so. He's got a cute little laugh, too. Am I in love with Terry? Absolutely. I've never met him. I've never seen him face to face. But in my heart, I believe he's real. If I can just ever get him home, he'll take care of me. This is the engagement ring that Terry sent to me from India. It's little and cute and it's sparkly and it's really nice.
I've known Leanne for a long time. She's my ex-wife and my best friend. When the ring arrived, that kind of threw me for a loop because that's something that normal catfishing people don't do. They don't go that route.
Every time Terry and I had made plans to meet, something had always just come up. He was kidnapped by pirates. He lost his wallet. He's been extremely hungry. His accounts have been frozen. He's been sued, hospitalized. I've sent Terry approximately $3,200. He did not ask for the money. I offered the money. I have always told him I don't need to have the money paid back. In my heart, do I believe Terry is real? Absolutely. I believe that he is what God has been preparing me for my entire lifetime.
I'm going to be angry if he's not real because it's going to really devastate Leanne.
I'm never giving up on him. Because when you're in love with somebody, you never give up.
Well, Leanne says she called Terry after arriving here in Los Angeles. Let's see what happened, then we'll talk.
I'm just going to try to call Terry and see if he'll answer the phone.
Hello?
Hey, it's Leanne. How are you, honey? What are you doing? Are you feeling better?
I'm thinking about you.
I miss you something fierce.
I miss you so much. I miss you so much. I just can't explain. I want to shout out to you all how much I love you.
I know, honey.
I love you. I love you over and over again.
I love you too. It's been a rough road and it's been a long few months.
Yeah.
When do you think you're going to be able to make it home?
Soon. Very soon.
I just want you to know that I'm wearing your ring. All right, well then, honey, I'm going to let you go.
I'll call you, baby.
All right, honey, I love you.
I love you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. I am really excited he answered that phone. I want him to be who he says he is. That man, regardless of whether he is who he says he is, I just want him to be real. It makes me miss him more and more every day, and I want to do anything I can to bring him home.
Now, he was born and raised in Houston.
Correct.
I'm from Texas, and he's from Texas. Mm-hmm. Do we sound anything alike?
No, you do not. His mother was a full-blooded Spaniard, and his dad was Native American, and I know he spent a lot of his summers in Spain.
That's not a Spanish accent. do you ever say, this doesn't add up?
Yes, I've said it a lot that it doesn't add up.
You've been listening to the stories. I've been talking to Sandy. Your man here, Terry, was born in Houston. He's a petroleum engineer, and he's working in Anchorage, Alaska, right? But he owned a consulting firm in India.
Correct.
And he's got a 4,000 square foot home with a 3-car garage in Houston. He's got a maid and a driver.
That's correct.
Now, he got held up in India because he still owes $15,000 for a lawsuit.
Correct.
So here's his crisis, Sandy. He's held up. Yours is held up in Afghanistan. Hers is held up in India because he's got an oil rig, right? He was there.
Yeah, he was out on an oil rig doing his consulting work.
And they got hijacked by pirates.
Yes.
And his wallet was stolen, and he had to cancel his credit cards, of course, because you don't want to pirate with your credit card.
Right.
And you have sent him money.
Yes, I have.
How much?
About $3,200 total.
You didn't know about
I
that?
didn't know about the money at all.
And you're her ex-husband?
Yes, I'm her ex-husband. We've been married 3 times. That couldn't work, but the friendship is great.
You're great friends.
Yes.
Great friends.
He says he was attacked by pirates, right? But there's no record of that pirate attack. When pirates attack, particularly when pirates attack Americans, it becomes news.
Correct.
What did you say to yourself about the fact that nobody knew about this pirate attack?
Well, it kind of makes me angry in a way. Because I'm intelligent enough that I should not have to have been scammed if that's what it turns out to be.
Well, I want to try to get this Terry James on the phone. I'd like to chat with Terry. We'll be right back.
If I had money to give Terry, I'd give it to him. No ifs, ands, or buts, and I wouldn't think twice about it. Is it my dream that one day we'll be together? Yes, it is my dream.
Now, Leanne has spoken to Terry on the phone, so let's try and call him now and see if he'll chat up Uncle Phil.
Okie dokie.
Hello.
Hey, Terry, it's Leanne.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Dr. Phil wants to talk to you.
Hey, Terry, how are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm fine.
I'm talking to you on television right now. You're famous. So you're from Houston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Houston. So where do you live in Houston?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, well, I can hear you
Hello?
fine. No, I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you and I are both from Houston.
Hello.
I was just saying, you and I are both from Houston. Where do you live in Houston? Let's try him back.
Are they ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we're ready.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, sorry, we had a bad connection there.
Hello.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine. Leanne and I are here just chatting and wanted to visit with you.
Okay.
I was just saying that you and I are both from Houston. Where do you live in Houston?
Hello.
Terry, can you hear me?
Hello.
Terry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me where you live in Houston.
Okay, I live on, hello?
Terry, I wrote to Dr. Phil to get you out of that country. You better be a real person because I'm on national TV and I'm going to look like a fool.
I know.
Hey, Terry, it's Dr. Phil. I want to help you get out of there, man.
Sure. I know.
How do we get you out of there? Tell me what you need to get out of there, because I'm the make it happen guy.
I just know they need a guarantor, you know?
Let me have your address in Houston. I need your address and your social security number.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I need your address in Houston. Give me your street address in Houston.
Hello, Richmond Avenue?
Ridgemar Avenue. Can you spell that for me? He hung up. Okay, what do you make of this?
I'm not really sure anymore. I mean, I can hear what you're saying. I know what you mean. I know. I never heard the word catfish until my kid said something to me.
But here's the thing. Forget the word catfish. You recognize that people on the internet scam people. You saw that here she's got a guy supposedly from Bedford, Texas, that she's emailing back and forth to Afghanistan. The emails are going to Ghana. We got a picture of the guy. The same thing is happening here. You're in love with a guy you've never met. And we had a good connection until I said, give me your address in Houston. Then all of a sudden, he goes away. And I heard you say under your breath, oh, he's going to be so mad, he's going to hate me for this.
My family's going to hate me.
Your family?
Yeah, my family's going to be really upset because they know I'm smarter than that.
Well, listen, I would rather them be upset with you and then forgive you and get over it than for you to continue to be hurt mentally, emotionally, and financially by some guy working in a sweatshop out of an internet cafe halfway across the world playing you for a fool. The only thing worse than being jerked around for 6 months is being jerked around for 6 months and 1 day. And this lady right down here would be real happy to change places with you, because you just have to transpose your numbers and add a 0 to get where she is. Hear me. I'm trying to help you here.
I hear you.
Do you?
Yeah. But it's not going to make me give up on finding somebody to love me.
I hope not. I hope not, but I'd want to see them.
Yeah, I won't ever do that again.
All right, we've shown these pictures knowing that the guy in these photographs is not a scammer. Please don't look at this guy and think, oh, he's some kind of scam artist. He's not. He's a victim. Former guest Dawn admitted to falling in love with a man she never met, but gave him over $30,000 during the past year. Take a look.
I met David on Match.com. I love David and I want to be with David. On 3 separate occasions, I was supposed to meet David, pick him up at the airport, but it never happened. I've sent David money 7 times, $30,000.
You see his picture down here?
Yes.
This is actually who this is. This is who you're talking to. You believe to the core of your soul that he's real.
I do.
This is the picture of the man Dawn knew as David. And joining us via Polycom from Florida is the real man behind that photo, and his name is John. John, are you there?
Hello, Dr. Phil. I'm here. Yes.
Well, thank you so
and I can
much.
hear you.
Well, good. You can hear me. I'm not going to ask your address because you're the good guy. You are the person that the catfish stole your identity and used it to milk $30,000 from this woman, Dawn, correct?
Yes, sir. I guess so.
And how did you find out about this?
My sister tapes your show on a regular basis, and when she got home from work one day, she was recording, replaying it back, and called me from up north and said, you better sit down. And when I was talking to her on the phone, she said, look at the picture I just sent you of my TV. And the picture that was picture of me on your show with your Dr. Phil banner at the bottom.
So you're not the person that, with the story that was being attributed to you, you're just a regular guy just living in America, minding your own business, right?
Absolutely.
Well, listen, I really appreciate you touching base with us, and I did want everybody to know, and you've heard it today, and I said it on the show you were on. I make it very clear that you're the victim in this, not a perpetrator, and I hope that's clear to everybody. This is one of the good guys, and thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
The real-life people in these pictures are victims like our guest today. So if you know them, if you recognize them, let them know that somebody has stolen their identity and is using it to break hearts and steal money. Thanks for being here. So long.